varieties of how you bring. Let Governor Fintri, who is the governor of Adamawa, let him tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Sheri tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Otton tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Ibadan tell Nigerians it is not correct. This is what we are creating. For us to have peace, let's move on. Let bygone be bygone. What is the problem? You're a presidential candidate. Just give chairmanship to the South. So that while they're doing campaign, you are president candidate. Your DG is not you. Look, Nigeria is such a complex country. What is that? Now, within that 1 week, we didn't hear from the president candidate again. All we know that the constitutional barrier. If he respects us, assuming do not concede him. If the president candidate respects us, what stops him in calling us back? He said, look, I've gone to look at this thing. There are constitutional issues. Even in that meeting, we said, look, bring your lawyer, let us sit down, walk it out. But he never called us. All he now had on, you see, there are constitutional issues. That's it. But we forgot that we have constitutional matter. The constitution said you must zone. Now we just say our constitution. Now you are bringing constitutional. I mean, what kind of? All right. What kind of conduct?
If I may get to my point, I guess we still get to what the constitution of the PDP says, because when speaking with some of the members of your party that were in the meeting in Port Harcourt, they said, well, this is a moral issue. I think the chairman of the party had said. But let me ask, there are those in your party who believe that as much as you are not happy with what Senator Yocha Ayo said, I was going to step down should a presidential candidate from the north emerge, that in fact there is much more anger coming that is more than that of Senator Ayo, which is the fact that the relationship with your very good friend, the governor of Sokoto, said Aminu Tambuwa, and you feel so betrayed by him, and that is in fact the real reason. I mean, you're speaking to Nigerians today. Can you clarify which is more of anger to you? The anger of your friend Tambuwa?
First of all, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, what am I going to do? I mean, devastated. If in his conscience, if he feels that what he did was right, so be it. If he knows what he did was not right, he should know what to do. I don't give him. It be painful that your life must go on. In this case, a man decided what he wanted to do. He's not my son. Even if he's my son, he's of age to take a decision. And he has taken a decision. Do I go and kill him? I move on with life. And he's moving on with his life. Did we sign an agreement that we must be living together unto our life? I won't marry. I don't understand when people talk about anger. I've left that. Look, one thing you must understand, and if you're not prepared for it, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a politician at Nigeria, you must have what we call the shock observer. If you don't have the shock observer, you will die. You must. At all times, you see these things happen. So you don't need to begin to put yourself, except you're not prepared. That's all about the leadership. That's all about the leadership. Is it me? Did Nigerians watch it? You, what is your feeling? You, what do you think? You, what do you think? All of you watch it on television, so it is for you to, take your own position, whether you are happy, whether it's right or not. But that is not what we're talking. What right has happened. Won't you move the party forward? Why do all this vice presidential candidate, this and that? And sometimes when I watch television, I say, where did they get these stories from? Where did they get it from? Who has ever spoken to me to say, I said, no, I will not forgive them because I didn't get president. I will not forgive them because I didn't get vice president. People who are afraid of me around them, they do. a no-nonsense person. I'm a no-nonsense person. I don't go begin because you're a president, I begin to run around you every day. I won't do that. I have a lot of work to do.
Your Excellency, some people are of the opinion that within your group as governors, there are those who are telling the national chairman not to quit, and that if he quits, they will leave the party. You know, somebody even mentioned the governor from one of the South states as saying that if he leaves, they will leave the party. Could this be one reason the national chairman is bent on hanging on?
Well, you must know, in everything you are doing in life, there are people whose life that has been added in their life. They even have no say publicly. They do that at the back. I will say my own. Let those governors from the south or southeast or southwest come out to say. Let them open their mouth and say to Nigerians that we support that the chairman and president should remain in one zone. Let them come out and say it. It's not to go back and talk. You know there are people even now seeing you. That's getting. Look, I'm very happy. You know why? I'm living. And I feel so proud that I can tell anybody in this country today that go to River State. I'm satisfied with what I have done. And the people of the state are very much satisfied with what I have done. I'm not one of those governors when you leave office. I'm going to find somewhere that we got to stay to join associations. I won't do that. I will not do that. I will not be relevant to association. I will be relevant through my contribution in my state. That's what makes a politician. That's why I look at Nigeria today. Former ministers forum, former governors forum, former chief of staff forum, former councillors forum, former house officers forum, former principal officers forum. Look, because nobody has anything to just one problem or the other. That's why everyone's in Abuja. As a governor, I don't sleep in Abuja. As a governor, when I have all excuses to go and stay in Abuja. But not to tell you, even if I live in office, what to attack me there? Except I have something to you. One I'm to make. Forget about those people who are saying that the chairman, no problem. If they should not that shouldn't be peace. Okay.
Your Excellency,
Okay.
Your Excellency, some people are saying that your insistence on the chairman's resignation in the manner in which you are asking for it creates more crisis for the party. In the sense that if he steps aside, he still leaves you with the burning end of the stick. In the sense, because if you read the party's constitution, Article 47.6, where a vacancy occurs in any of the offices of the party, the executive committee at the appropriate level shall appoint another person from the area or zone where the officer originated from to serve out the tenure of the officer. So if Ayu steps aside like you are asking him to, the next person that may be called upon to fill that vacancy will also be from the north, which still leaves you with the burning end of the state. If you flip the coin around, the other solution will be for the party to probably convene a convention to elect a new national chairman, and that the party cannot afford that in months to election. What do you say to that?
You know, if you ask people, criminals, why did I commit crime? Because there's no job. If I have that person, he said, because yes, I'm working, but the money that they pay me is not enough. So many criminals have various reasons on why they commit commit crime. These are people who have nothing to offer this party electorally. You are talking about constitution now. But you forget that the constitution says there should be zoning of elective and party offices. You don't remember that constitution says so. Now, is there nothing called expediency? Is there nothing called necessity? Look, now look at where we have found ourselves. Whatever they may call it. Doctrine of expediency. Look, we never knew we put ourselves into this. Not that you never knew, you knew. Ordinarily, I've been issued this chairman, this governorship would have been zone. I mean, this presidency ought to have zone to the south. You knew it. All you thought what you've done is to show how clever or how smart you are. Now that the crisis is down, you are not falling back to that constitution to say, look, they have a constitutional crisis. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't. It's never done anywhere. Sacrifice should be made. What's wrong? If the national chairman, who has already said, did you know the provisions of this constitution? Did you not know the provisions of this constitution before he said, if the presidential candidate emerges from so zone, I will give up? Was this provision inserted now? Why do we blow hot and cold? Why? Why? So I don't think anything anybody is saying that there's no, even MEC could meet and take that decision and then ratify it in a convention later. For expediency purposes, we have to zone back this chairmanship to the south. MEC can take, I don't know where these are so-called lawyers are getting from. Because of interest. MEC can take that decision and ratify it in the convention. So whom are they? So whom are they? Yes.
After the election.
Yes. All we want is, now that we have given presidency to them, let us take our own chairman. Because when they are meeting for decision making, the presidential candidate sits here, the national chairman sits here, the DG of campaign sits here. They take decision. Then they recommend, tell the people to execute. Now I hear they say board of trustees. What is called board of trustees means what? Why did they put pressure on the board of trustees chairman to resign? And then now you cannot put pressure on national chairman to. I said, as when I was trying to run as a governor, I had a lot of crisis. But I have to let go certain things for us to be able to win an election. The problem is that we have not won an election, we are too arrogant. We are too arrogant. We have not won an election. We are telling Nigerian, look, you can't trust us. We say one thing, we do a different thing. You are going to campaign, people will eat you, they will show you on video. See what you said now. Simple thing. It's of you to do the right thing. All you will do is name calling. Who is wicked? Who will do without it. I never say you cannot do without me. I never say so. But all I say, you can't do without me in my state. That's what I've always said. What is my business? Will I go to Ondo? Will I go to Oyo? You can do without me, I agree. But to say you do without me in this state, it will not be possible.
But how do you do it? If they do without you, or will do without them? Election of the presidency will have a national anthem. If you do not stick with the people and do not listen to you, what would you do?
I want to say business. When they get to the bridge, you think they have to cross the bridge.
I thought today, Your Excellency, I thought today you are clearing it
It's
off.
not my business to tell you my strategy in election. Every election has its own strategy. You don't. Let me ask you one question. Have you not seen where governors win and assembly lose election in your constituency? It is the same election now. Have you not seen where assembly member loses seat in that same and governor won in that constituency?
So that could happen here.
I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so. So you don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that you asked the question. I said, look, we are still talking about peace. You understand me? It's only when you say you don't want us, do you understand me? Then we can now fall back. And so what do we do? But we don't talk about what we do now when they are still opening for people to discuss. I'm not on the election. It's the man who wears the shoe knows what. So if you say you need me, you know what to do. But if you say I'm not relevant, you know it is your own business. But the point is that all this name calling, we can group is this. We'll deal with them. We'll do this. You compound your problems. Let's take for example, since 1999, we have never won Yobe State. Since 1999, but one of the problem people is from that Yobe State. So what will he give the party? What will he give the party?
Who is this person?
You know him. My name was me. Since 1999, has PDP won Yobe State? Or you this one. So what is the electoral value now? He will bring to the table. Tell me, since 1999 we started this democracy. PDP has never won Yobe State. You know you're going about. We'll deal with him. We'll sanction him. Meanwhile, we are zero in your state. You sanction the person that has given you 100%. You that have brought nothing is sanctioning me. Have you seen how this party and this country? Me, I brought something on the table. The man who didn't bring anything sanction, the man who brought something.
Your Excellency, in the group to make it constitutional,
there is nothing like constitutional requirement. We are not removing. We were not removing. We are saying, look, see where we have boxed ourselves in. Because of us and because of some of us thought we are being smarter than other people. Now we have boxed ourselves into this by our own action. Now there must be experiencing sacrifices must be made in order to remedy this. We are not removing IU because IU committed so offense. We say look, for political expediency, making us forward to win this election, and for inclusivity, to make all of us believe that we are all one. Okay, take for example, did you watch the video of Governor Tamua's campaign in Imo State? Did you watch the video when he said, look, why would there be a problem in this country when there's participation? He says to me, when he was campaigning for delegates in Imo State, about the Igbos, that was salvation, and so that was Christ. And now, the same thing has come to our party. We are saying, look, let us don't do what these people are doing. Let us tell Nigerians that, look, we are ready. That's why we are taking the decision we are taking. Look at what happened in APC. Look at when the governors came out. I said, listen, this is one country. Let us make it so that everybody will know all of us belong to one. And that they are moving their presidency to the south. We are not fighting again. We have given it to the north. But give the chairman to the south. And you are not saying no. So where is the inclusivity now?
Your Excellency, I think we need to take a break now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, everyone. And when we come back, the conversation, the media chat with Governor Yinsom Wiki of Rivers State continues. Stay with us, we'll be right back. We'll take a break, everyone. And when we come back, the conversation, the media chat with Governor Yinsom Wiki of Rivers State. Stay with us.
NTA, you can't be rich.
Voting is the most precious right of every citizen, and we have a moral obligation to ensure the integrity of the voting process.
The voter is at the center of everything involving election and electoral process. The voter is the final person that decides who wins. The role of commission is to organize election, but elections generally depends on the decision of the voter on election day to cast his ballot to the person or party of his choice.
It is a law in the democratic system of government in Nigeria to elect representatives after every 4 years. So there is a need for voters to exercise some rights.
You can only vote on presentation of your permanent voter card at the designated registration area or the registration unit where you registered. Citizens should understand that the value of permanent voter card is to enable them vote on election day. There are officials allowed to be in the polling unit, and all of them are accredited by commission. Party agents are quite accredited officials to be part of the voting process, but they don't have the right to interfere with the process. They can only be there to represent interests of their parties and observe how the elections are taking place.
Do you know that many still ask themselves, why should I vote? They think that their vote does not make a difference. What you should know is that voting is a civic duty, and if you desire change, you should.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's not fight in each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from. Don't fight for religion, man, woman, or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Nigerian first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. How can we develop? We're always in crisis. Families are alone with you kids in young people. No matter all differences, show some understanding. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's be together.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides.
Governors from the south in the PDP, yet it has taken an APC that has by far fewer southern governors to take the decision to cause power to shift to the south. How did this happen in your party despite the fact that you have so many governors from the south?
You should praise those of us who stood firm and to say that, look, power should shift to the south. People like Governor of Enugu State, people like Abia State, people like West, Shea Makinde, who don't contested, you know. If you're a governor, that's what I can do. Right? You know what to, if that is what your people want. But I told them that this is what my people want, and that is where we have to go for it. And you see, like people say, the law for unity of this country, for the unity of this country. Yes, everybody wants how things will be done in such a way that Nobody should care where you come from. We'll get to that point. But as it is today, we have not reached that level where you undermine these factors. No. And that is why it is critical to some of us in PDP. I said, do they understand the mistake they're making? If APC as a ruling party can come out categorically and say, we are zoning this to the south. And then we in PDP, we have lost it. And then we are saying, okay, appealing to you, so there will be peace everywhere. We can have something to talk to our people. Give us back chairman. You are still saying no. What message are we sending? We have accepted our fate by making sure the party candidate, the match as a match. And we say, look, for whatever way it is, let us do this so that peace will reign and let's move on. And people are still trying to show that they determine what will happen in this country by the mere fact that whatever they say is what will happen. And people are going to say, come on, I'm not a slave. No way. No way. We must do the right thing. We must show Nigerians this is where we are coming to. And you are being arrogant about it. Why are you arrogant about it? It is not you to face the facts. Every day you go and pay money to some media people. Wicked did this, Wicked did that, Wicked did this, Wicked did that. Is Wicked going to be chairman of the party?
Let me quickly ask you this here. Yeah. During the commissioning in Harada campus of the River State University, you said something.
What did I say?
You said that you know the reason why the article count are doing what they are doing.
Yeah.
And you made a promise, just like you said. You said you're going to talk.
Okay. I know where
you said.
You know where you're going to.
You said you.
Let me check you.
You know my question.
Yes, you've already said.
You said you know the reason why.
If you're a good student, the mere fact you make the introduction, I know where you're heading to. So you don't need to put yourself. Let me just say that. Because I said they believe that the presidency is supporting them. I think they believe
that President Buhari is supporting them.
Nah, presidency is not Buhari.
Someone in the presidency.
Yes, presidency is not Buhari. But Buhari is the head of the presidency. And like I said, we are coming small. That's the time you reveal one. That's the time you say the other one. You don't say everything one day. You see, you will tell Nigeria for today, this is what you are telling them. Another time we'll tell Nigeria, see, this is what you look, no party that wants to win an election that can be arrogant like this. No party that is ready to take over power from APC. You know, APC is not like PDP. APC is something else. Look, how many of them the federal government invaded an election the way they invaded the state? How many of them says? So I know what APC can do. So as an opposition party who is trying to deliver the people, have the sympathy of the people, you want also to show humility. Sure, look, we are humble. We are ready to tackle the issues of this country. And to show that, see what you have done. See what you have done. See what you are going to do. Development alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Insecurity alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Part of our problem is non-inclusivity of people. Certain sectors believing that they're being marginalized. Whether you like it or not, you must show that you have the capacity to bring everybody together. And to show that capacity, I have started it. How did I start it? I know by our party convention. I know by our party, this is the custom. This is the culture of our party. This is where we have done our things. And now we are boxing to something. I have the capacity to resolve it. Gentlemen, let's not talk about law. Let's talk about political expedience in order to win election. And that political expedience will take some sacrifices. And we're ready to make the sacrifices in order for everybody to move along. If you don't do that, and you can't take care of arrogance, you pay for it.
Your Excellency, you have quite not answered the question that I was asking.
I told you. No.
Now you said, just a moment, sir. You said that there is a belief that
some people
in the presidency,
yes. Some
persons in the presidency are supporting them, and they believe that the power will return to the north, and that's why they have the confidence. And you imagine that the President Buhari is from the north, and Mr. Atiku Abubakar is also from the north. What do you make of that scenario? If you think that some people in the presidency are working with that,
may not be thinking of President Buhari. Mind you too, you have heard of so many things in the presidency, which sometimes the president may not know. Mind you, remember, under the APC primary, you heard that it was the presidency that brought Ahmed. You had so. But you also had one person said, no, everybody go to the field. They didn't die. But I thought they said it was the president. That's why I said they believe. They believe. That belief they believe may turn out not to be correct. That's the point I'm saying.
Since
that you see, look, in power, let me tell you, there are those who are close to me. You understand me? There are those who are close to me. Somebody who's close to me come out to tell you it's what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, that such a discussion has not taken place. And if you believe that person, how close he is to me, there's a likelihood you may be tempted to agree that yes, this is correct. And two, certain steps too, the person may show you, which will also make you believe the more that it is correct. Until finally, it does on you that what I'm saying is not correct. So that's the point of it to me. But why you should know is that an opposition party who really wants to take over power, allow yourself for things that look for peace sake to resolve issue. We begin to say no, we won't do it. Once we want to consider that. And I was, in fact, when I read the text by the candidate, rule of law, who has violated the rule of law now? Who have violated section 73C of the PDP constitution? Why did we jettison a whole our own constitution? Then we're not talking about rule of law. That our government will be anchored based on rule of law. Then we're not passing the rule of law. But following section 73C. If we're following section 73C, would you have come to this issue of talking about if chairman retires, this will happen, that will not happen? You purposely did what you did in order to suit you. Now you have ready to storming water, and then you are saying constitutionalism. Remove that. No.
Your Excellency,
I will not accept that at all.
if the law of expediency does not hold sway,
Sorry, what?
if the law of expediency, like you mentioned, does not suffice, will you still
Don't be pessimistic.
I don't mean to.
I'm not a pessimist, so I don't say if.
Okay.
Allow you to get to that.
No, we're almost there, sir.
No,
that's why we are here.
Are you pushing for peace for us, or you want us to divide?
We want peace.
Okay.
For progress and development of this nation.
Let me tell you something.
Just in the event that this man does not honor his word, where do we go from here?
I told you this yesterday.
Yes, that you remain.
I said I will remain in PDP. The fight for inclusivity must be in the party, and I will remain there to fight for it. I'm not a man who sits far and runs away.
Your Excellency, there is a suggestion that the PDP can actually do without River State or River State votes. That after all, President Buhari became president in 2015, he didn't win River State. President Buhari became president in 2019, he didn't need River State vote. And they are advancing the same argument that Atiku could become president of Nigeria without River State vote. What do you say?
If God decides
That would be in spite of it.
If God decides that he will be president, that not anybody can do. But for us as men, we don't know what God is thinking. But as men, anybody advising Atiku that is a wicked man to Atiku. And I know those who are doing it.
How so?
No, let me tell you. I know those who are doing it. They don't have electoral value in their own units. Some of them are from Edo. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Look at the calculation. Atiku didn't win River State. Buhari didn't win River State. But Buhari won Lagos and Kano.
That's right.
Right? Does Atiku have Lagos now? Does he have Kano? The only way he has always had is rivers. And he said he don't want them. So he has 0/3.
He has not said it also.
No. He said you asked this question.
Yes.
That's from Atiku's camp. And these are people who don't have electoral value. If anybody has electoral value, why would he even opine that? Why would he even say such a thing? They don't talk. Take for example, a president of Nigeria that does not have a governor of Rivers, does not have governor of Lagos, does not have governor of Kano. Did that president be comfortable? No, tell me, that president will be comfortable. That also tells you what do they have in mind about stability of Nigeria. Do they really want Nigeria to stabilize? So I don't think that Atiku, the candidate of the party, will listen to those kind of suggestions, political irrelevance. I call them political irrelevance. I call them so. Because I can be proud to say, since 1999, River State has always been in 2015, we won. Remember, there was a serving governor here who was the DG of Buhari campaign. He didn't get 25%. In 2019, he was a minister. He was a DG. He didn't even get 25% here. You think this state, you think that we are just like that. Someone, look, do it. Let those political punches carry out the action. Let them carry out the action they want to carry. Ignore River State. Ignore Lagos. Ignore Kano. They are not important.
The argument is that it is not the people of River State or River State voters who are members of the PDP that are involved in this, that it is you as a person.
And let them wait now. Why not wait? I don't have a wife to talk to. I don't have my son. He's a registered voter. I have my father, so I can't talk to my father. I don't have my friends to preach to them. Well, they will see, when is it people who are not politicians, they don't talk anyhow. No reasonable politician will make that kind of statement. A sitting governor, not that just a governor that has performed to beyond expectation. You, as you came to River State, are you not happy? No, look, what brings the vote? I'll go to every local government and say, this is why you must vote for us. Because I have done this in this local government. Because I have done this in this local government. Because I have done this in this local. 23 local government, not one will escape me. Not one. Because the facts are there. I have fought for River State interests.
Yeah.
They know I'm not that kind of governor that will sell their interests.
I'm just wondering the kind of difficult task you have put yourself in, because you are not leaving the PDP, yet you are dissatisfied with the PDP, and I'm wondering what kind of messages you'll be preaching when you are campaigning. Okay, I'm angry with the PDP, don't vote for this particular
Are you in our campaign committee? Leave us to strategize. You see, look. The way I talk to you journalists It's not the way I talk to other people. No. Every people, all people have their own audience. Whichever audience. They want to call family meetings. They want to call age groups. They want to call born again people. So for that, the one you hear, where you see everybody in the field, is different from the other campaign. No? This one I even read when you go to the place, it's over 1 million crowd came. Yeah, I go there to over 1 million crowd, the same crowd. The same crowd.
Your Excellency.
That's what we used to judge.
Yeah. So let me quickly add that
it's a follow-up to what you said.
Right.
From what we have had here from you, it is extremely easy to come to a conclusion that both the national chairman of your party and the presidential candidate of your party have, in their conduct towards you, shown that they are not trustworthy people. Now, you want to remain in the party, with Nigerians having the belief that the way Governor Wike has been treated by his party leaders, they are not trustworthy. Do you think that Nigerians will still continue to invest their trust in a party led by people who have shown a lack of good character and trustworthiness towards one of the leading lights of their party?
Well, I'll take it this way. It has nothing to do with the treatment to Wike. I want us to people remove Wike. What Wike is fighting is justice, fairness, and equity. Not to me. All I'm saying, the way our party has always been, that I made it to show a party of inclusivity. You have taken this, allow chairman to go to so not about Wike, that the way they teach me. Nobody has the capacity to teach me they have. Now, about trustworthiness, let us conclude first. Assuming they change their mind tomorrow and do what is needful, will I say they are not trustworthy? So I will not conclude now that they are not trustworthy.
But now they are not.
I will conclude. I don't know. From now till now, anything can happen. But just be calm. We will know. The point I'm making is that it is you, that what I mean you, we, as a party, that must show to Nigerians we have integrity, we are trustworthy, and we have promised Nigerians when we come, all these issues of marginalization will be a thing of the past. When we come, we'll make sure Nigeria lives as one. Now, the only way Nigerians can take it, start from this one now. Start from this one now. If you can do this, then you are giving Nigerians hope that when we come, really, a lot of things will be done. But if you cannot do this now, then you are making Nigerians to be afraid. You see, people take Nigerians for granted. You see, that's what people stand to. Because Nigerians are not happy with APC. And therefore, we don't want to do the right thing because Nigerians are not happy with APC. You don't do that. You don't do that. Rather, since you will believe that APC has not done well, since we believe the party of the government have not done well, then we, as people who want to take over, should show more serious sense to Nigerians. That is the point we're trying to make. And with what you are doing, you are scaring Nigeria. And that's what we are saying. But don't scare Nigeria. This thing is waiting for us to take. It's waiting for us to take. Make the sacrifice. Do the needful. So that we won't begin to kill ourselves. It's already there. It's right.
Mr. Governor, let me quickly jump in. There are those who debate that what is playing out now in the PDP and that you are fighting for in the PDP. This is not the first time we're saying it. If you remember, Senator Ahmadu Ali was the national chairman of the PDP when the late Yaradua became the candidate of the PDP. He was in office until the late president became president of the Federal Republic. And they are from the same region. Similar to, just a moment. There are those who are also saying that, in fact, some of your supporters, some of their allies are already crossing to the other side. Maybe they are tired of the struggle.
Who are those allies? Who are those allies? No, tell me the allies so that I know.
These are conversations in your party and you know them very well. There are some who are on your side and they're now crossing because some of them are running for election, or their children or something are running for election. They are already crossing to the other side. What would you say to that?
Okay, let me just correct an impression. You see, what people don't know, I did participated in guerrilla warfare before. Do you know what's called guerrilla warfare? You're not a politician. You know, like what the party did, and we were laughing when they wrote to some of my friends to submit bills to the campaign council. What's that them? Submit. The people not withdraw for a campaign council. Those who submitted, they didn't withdraw for a campaign council. When the group takes a decision, they're taking a decision. It doesn't work that way. There are those who have told, don't talk.
So it's not everybody will see that.
It's not everybody. You see, Shay talks. You don't ask me of our strategies. You think you don't see me. If I tell you those you don't know, who are very powerful, you don't need them. Two, you talk about people should correct history. But let me even start. Assuming do not consider that was correct at that time. Assuming do not consider that was correct. So do continue with what is not right. Assuming what you are saying as per Ahmadu Ali and this. Assuming. But they forget that we had a city president who was Obasanjo, who was from the south. So what are they talking about? When Ahmadu Ali left, who took over the party? I mean, these people, I don't know where they get their facts. Obasanjo was the sitting president. So you cannot bring that scenario as the same scenario here. We don't have a president. We don't have a president. So if the president can come from one zone, the chairman must come from the other zone. Simplicity. And as I will also tell you, even if we are 200 a year, it has nothing to do with wicked allies, by the way. It is based on what you believe in. I believe that justice, fairness, and equity should be allowed for a party to progress, for a party to stand as a party that wants to take over the realms of affairs of this country. In fact, they should even thank us that we are pushing our party to let the world not think that some of these people are behaving around, that the people who would party. There are still people who believe in equity, justice, and fairness. Look, no, if I need power, if I want to be in power, I would have want to take the Senate. But I said, no, that's the man who believes equity, fairness, and justice. Because in my senatorial zone, there's one zone I've never one day attempted to be. We are the majority. Another minority area, they have gone and gone and gone. My people said, look, we cannot let them produce the Senate.
About maybe we just rope on
About you spoken your mind is what is involved here. I'd like to ask, if the election were to be called today,
His Excellency is very hopeful, very optimistic that the PDP is on course, and in 2023 it will be the party to beat.
Okay.
I want to ask, is it really fair for him to think that way in spite of the many betrayals that he has had to face. And that brings me to another question. Sir, in 2023, who, in your own opinion, would be the right leader to be queuing for?
Okay, for after president or governor?
President.
Okay.
Hold on to that as well. Do you have any question?
So that I will forget.
Let me just wrap it up with this question. Your roadmap to getting the national chairman out of office, I'd like you to also throw more light on that, because you said the NEC can take the initiative. And I'm wondering, at the same NEC that is chaired by the national chairman, you want the man to...
Today, do you think your party will win?
Yes. The party is likely to win to take advantage of the support Nigeria are giving. Say, this party that promised all heaven and right, that don't support organization like this before. And then, now you are not, you're supposed to capitalize on that by doing the right thing. So you can continue to enjoy the support and win the election if it's good. As far as we have time. If the election is called, what we say today is it can't be today. Tomorrow if the election is called tomorrow. Like tomorrow is what? Saturday. Right? And they allow themselves in this way. Nigerians won't come back to us. And that's why we are taking it upon ourselves not to allow this opportunity to go. If we allow this opportunity Nigerians are giving us, then we'll pay dearly for it. And that's what I try to let people know. So, but for me, everything must be done to make sure the right thing is done for us to take the support of Nigeria. But if we say we'll continue this way and then take for granted that the APC have not done well, then we'll go in for a shocker. That I can tell you. If you can remind me.
So in 2023, sir, who is the right presidential candidate that Nigerians should queue for?
Well, you are asking me.
Yes.
You are in your view. Who's the
Yes.
Which party am I? Which party am I?
Sitting between two flags there.
No,
the Nigerian flag, there's the PDP flag.
Nigerian flag.
You might be tilting towards what Nigerians want.
As a governor, there must be a Nigerian flag. There must be a party flag. There are no two party flags. There is difference between federal government
And the APC.
and APC.
If these rankings are not
APC is the
resolved,
head of the federal government. So you can't deceive me, a leader of PDP here today, and you are saying which person will I support? Well, look, I'm still in PDP. I'm not I'm leaving PDP. So that question does not arise.
Bring us
Okay. Yeah. My question is,
Okay.
your roadmap to getting the chairman out, and again, the possibility of you being sanctioned by your party
Suspended.
is there if you continue along this road.
They're already talking about suspending
Who suspend me?
the party.
the party.
Which party?
The PDP.
No problem. They look at the one you already.
But they are saying nobody.
But the real question I ask is,
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
Implement-
Please, I beg them today. They shouldn't waste time.
to suspend you?
They should take it.
Well,
I'm not like
you are giving them problems. That's
I'm
why.
not like those kind of I'm not like that. They know what I will do. Pikin will say my man no go sleep. He go sleep. It's only what makes
On the basis, Your Excellency, from what Babajide's question came from,
I did
the
what
fact that is it true also that some other political parties are weighing you, they are talking to you.
I will. So they're not important. Do you want somebody that's not important?
Are they weighing you truly?
You are the one who's saying that they're
Well, I'm
willing.
asking a question. I'm a journalist, so I'm asking. Are the other political parties talking to you?
Who does not want to win River State?
So they are truly talking to
Why
you.
won't you talk to me?
Is the APC or Labour Party?
So many parties.
That's anti-party activity.
No, it's not correct. It's not correct. You're not a good politician.
You have 1 minute.
Our presidential candidate does he not talk to APC people? Does he not want them to join them? You see, if you're an asset, people must come and talk to you. Who is the pretty girl that nobody want to go and talk to?
Your Excellency, how do you want the National Executive to go about suggestion?
When you are talking about I, we have said not to remove her. You people are mistaking two things here. We are saying because of what we have caused by ourselves.
Yes.
By refusing to zone the elective office president, we have boxed ourselves to a corner now, where we are trying to break the convention and the constitution of our party, and therefore something must give way for us to move. And if you said he loves this party so much, he wants this party to win the election, they can actually defy their fight. Okay, I and Salaki are not too happy to you know why? I wants to be in power in office so that you will be there. If we win, they want to second to government of federation.
Seriously?
Who wants to be?
I.
Seriously?
Saraki, I hear. You know, these positions are shared. And then they are talking to the young boys like a small boys, children. As if we don't know what is going on. I can tell you that most of you don't know what is going on. Somebody has been given a Senate president. But do you think, as look at me very well, I will sit here before national television to tell you things I do not know? It's just that because of confidentiality and certain things, you cannot say them here. If Nigerians hear a lot of things, if Nigerians hear a lot of things going on now, in the party that wants to take over the reins of power, you will shake your head. So simple thing, make sacrifice. My brother, my sister, look, I want to do this. Make take decision. It is not remove you. You are resigning. It's not remove her. Resignation is not a remove her. You are resigning because we have problem. I'm the one that can salvage this problem now. And let me salvage it now. That's what they are calling you for. We are not saying you have been removed. And nobody's saying that.
We're out of time.
And Nigeria was out of time.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for yes, after all the campaigns with Chile. Thank you to members of the public for maintaining.
Democracy rests in the power the system has given to the teeming population to elect an eligible candidate of their choice for any political office. But the right to vote is not a license to kill. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people, where majority carries the vote. It is not a do-or-die affair. Say no to violence. Your weapon at the poll is your permanent voter's card, not a dagger. Your future is in your hands. You have the right to lead. Don't cause trouble. Vote wisely.
Poverty reduction and boosting shared prosperity are key purposes of tertiary educational institutions. Nigerian universities result of issues relating to deficit in infrastructural facilities, incessant and prolonged strikes by unions on campus, and COVID-19. Here in Borno, the situation is much of stale spin as a result of victims using to institutions learning. Then came the incessant strikes by labor unions. While the narrative is changing with peace gradually returning, how much premium is being placed on bridging the educational gap in Borno State? What reforms are in place to sustain academic activities, infrastructural development, and higher standards? This is our focus on Panorama this afternoon from the studios of NTA Education Talk Center. I am Muhammad Ibrahim. President Muhammadu Buhari says increase increased collaboration with Nigeria a great amount of global demand. Addressing participants to the second Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum in New York, the President assured foreign investors of an enabling business environment that is open and friendly. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
The Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum is put together to, amongst others, share practical experiences on business and economy, as well as garner support for Nigeria's high-impact developmental ambitions. These include driving strategic and financial investment into Nigeria's real sector, and most importantly, positioning the country as a major international supply chain partner to leading global economies like the United States.
Nigeria and the United States have been global allies for many decades.
Apart from being Nigeria's main trading partner, the United States, President Buhari said, is also one of the country's most important diplomatic partners.
In 2020, Nigeria exported over 1.69 billion United States worth of goods in the United States. These exports were primarily made up of crude oil and other petroleum products. Nigeria's capability is not just limited to oil and gas industry, but a variety of other sectors that hold real potentials.
As Africa's largest economy with over 200 million strong consumer market, the President takes pride in the fact that Nigeria is home to a range of attractive opportunities in critical economic sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, manufacturing, infrastructure development, and technology.
I have always held the strong conviction that there is no crisis without an accompanying opportunity and solution. The situation in the world today presents an opportunity for real sector investments in Nigeria. I trust that this event will help build partnerships that will translate into increased trade and investment flows between Nigeria and the United States.
And apart from strengthening its position as a gateway to an integrated continental market of 1.3 billion consumers, as well as an aggregate GDP of $3.4 trillion, Nigeria also has fiscal investment incentives that include 3 to 5 years of tax holidays towards encouraging increased
partners.
At a forum attended in solidarity by President Adama Barrow of the Gambia, President Buhari restated federal government's commitment to resetting the nation's economic policies for effective service delivery and fulfillment of public aspirations. From New York, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Director General of National Emergency Management Agency NEMA Mustafa Habib Ahmed have advised governors of 14 states to immediately evacuate communities in flood frontline areas to avert the major disaster that is looming. The DG NEMA stated this at the emergency technical meeting on flood situation in view of the release of excess water from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon, as well as the spilling of excess water from Kanji, Jeba and Shiro dams, which have overflowed their banks. Iyasu Yakub reports.
29 out of the 32 states of the country predicted to experience high probable risks of flooding by NAUSA have been heavily flooded. This emergency technical meeting, the NEMA board says, is to harmonize all efforts to consider the activation of emergency operation centers to coordinate the flood disaster response in all the states at high risk.
The situation requires urgent attention of all stakeholders to match this early warning with early action. Consequently, I want to advise all the governments of the frontline states to move away communities at risk of inundation, identify safe higher grounds and evacuation of persons, and proposition adequate stockpile of food and non-food items, portable water, hygiene, safety, and security to enable them a fair level of comfort during periods of possible displacement.
We are advocating conservation, that you can do a kind of channelization, do a kind of construction whereby this huge amount of water passing through your territory, you can divert it some kilometers, go and create another city.
In Abuja, Ilyasu Yaku, NTA News.
The Nigerian Police Force has banned all quasi-security outfits in states and local communities from electioneering campaigns and other politically related activities. Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba, at a meeting of strategic commanders in Abuja, directed the commissioners to convey the ban to their state governors, local government chairmen, community leaders and leadership of all political parties in their commands for their guidance. Francis Fong now reports.
Ensuring the safety and security of all persons and property that will be involved in the entire electoral process without bias and strict enforcement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is what this meeting of top ranks of the force is looking at.
That any unauthorized security agent found to be engaging in any election or political activities stands the risk of being arrested and prosecuted along with their collaborators. Redirect your intelligence activities to monitor possible elements that might be attempting to threaten the electioneering campaign process.
With barely 6 days to lifting the ban on political campaigns by the Independent National Electoral Commission, the meeting is also strategizing on best ways to address security, traffic and crowd management at venues of political parties' campaigns.
In the performance of these roles, we are expected to maintain an oath of neutrality in accordance with the Electoral Act. Be always at alert during our electoral security deployments, exhibiting a high degree of professionalism and fairness in our dealings with all parties.
As critical actors in the electoral process, the outcome of the credibility of the 2023 general elections will be measured by the extent to which we abide by this professional and legal standard as we interface with other political parties. Francis from NTA News.
Security for a lasting and sustainable peace to take hold in Borno and the rest of the Northeast affected by conflict, reintegration of repentant insurgents must begin at the grassroots level. This is coming at the heels of continuing activities in commemoration of the International Day of Peace 2022, when Peace Ambassadors Center for Peace and Humanitarian Aid and Development, British Council and partners visited reintegrated communities on the outskirts of Maiduguri. Abdul Zakari reports.
Following paper presentations, panel discussions, interactive sessions during International Day of Peace 2022 celebrations by Peace Ambassadors Center for Humanitarian Aid and Development continued with an outreach to IDP camps and host communities. The advocacy visit to Dalorima camp in Dalori community in the outskirts of Maiduguri was to sensitize communities on the need to accept repentant insurgents for peace to return to the region. The leaders of the community appreciated government's efforts that have allowed them to visit farms close to their camps and received message of reconciliation with open minds as the lack of peace has stopped them from most activities.
Ba mu samu lafiya sosai ba amma mun samu lafiya. Insha Allah ba kuma sun zo zuwan su sau uku wannan sun zo mun karba mun zauna lafiya mun karban su har yanzu ranar da sun zo har yau.
The camp, located close to the metropolis, was an important stop for the party delegation led by Ambassador Ahmed Sow, who explained the necessity behind the community engagement.
Really thing that comes out is people are passionate about the integration, though there is need for more inclusiveness in how to do it.
The session divided men, women and youth into smaller groups to hear from them about what they know about reintegration and how they can contribute to the success of the process. In Maiduguri, Abdul Zakari, NTA News.
We will now take a breather. Panorama continues shortly.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Higher educational institutions are at the top of search for academic excellence for the purpose of provision of high-level skills for every labor market, technological growth and advancement. The state government is determined to actualize this dream of bridging the gap created by the insurgency and the intermittent strikes, often prolonged by tertiary institutions' labor unions. Paul Kujavana has details.
The more than 1 decade of insurgency was a major setback for tertiary education in Borno State, with University of Maiduguri suffering several attacks, while the College of Education Bama was abandoned and later destroyed when the community was taken over by the insurgents.
With peace coming gradually, people are being returned to their ancestral home, going there to have at least a secondary school and a primary school. For instance, the Federal Polytechnic in Mungono, Borno has its own state university, which has just started, can cater for those inclusive children that may end up roaming about the street.
Renewed efforts by government to reconstruct, reopen and ensure sustainability of academic activities have continued to ensure the gap is bridged in Borno State.
Besides the provision of the infrastructural facilities, besides the improved funding for education, teachers should be encouraged. They should be motivated through provision of improved condition of service and better condition of service and attractive salary structure.
Top on the success story is the 3 years of existence of the Borno State University with academic activities ongoing. Mohammed Gwani College of Legal Studies back in full swing after the closure of the IDP camp within the institution, and the College of Education Bama returning to the liberated community.
We keep going on strike. This university is one of the universities that today is functioning well. Even the ASU strike about the university.
As peace returns to Borno State, the people, especially victims of insurgency yearning for higher education and thousands leaving secondary schools, are looking forward to joining tertiary institutions for a promising life after graduation. In Maiduguri, Paul Kujavana, NTA News.
A viable, relevant and effective tertiary education is all that is needed to propel the nation into an era of quantum leap in all spheres of human endeavor. How then can we meet up with the demand for education, especially with ongoing strike by academic staff union of universities and other challenges? With me to discuss this issue is the Borno State Commissioner for Higher Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Babagana Mustafa Malumbe. Sir, welcome to Panorama. Thank you. How much has the Boko Haram insurgency and incessant strikes by academic staff unions affected tertiary institutions in Borno?
Actually, as you say, these cruel activities of Boko Haram affected the tertiary institution in Borno, especially the Umar Ibrahim Academy College of Education, Science and Technology, which is located in Bama. The college was completely destroyed, and then they are relocated to Sakashi Ibrahim College of Education here in Maiduguri. Also, College of Business Administration in Kondega has also been destroyed. More than 70% have been destroyed, and then they have been relocated to Kashim Ibrahim College here in Maiduguri. Because of this relocation from their ways to Kashi Ibrahim College of Education. Then we experienced some concentration of students in Sakashim Ibrahim College of Education. But also we have also experienced because of displacement of IDPs, the displaced person have also been capped in Mohammed Goni College of Legal and Islamic Studies here in Maiduguri. So the higher education aspect of that college, and these are some of the destruction actually experienced by the state government on the tertiary education. Also, this issue of strike has also affected the state because greater percentage based on the admission requirements of the University of Maiduguri, where we have merit, we also have educational disadvantage, also catchment area, which Borno State falls within all these data, and then greater percentage of our students also studied in University of Maiduguri. So the strike also has affected that in the University of Maiduguri.
Okay, what is the present state of tertiary institutions in Borno State?
Actually, presently, because of the holistic approach of His Excellency Professor Babagana Omar Zulum, who is rebuilding all structures, all infrastructures in tertiary institutions, like the destroyed structures in the College of Education, Bama, Science and Technology College, Bama has been completely rehabilitated. They have now relocated even back to Bama. The activities is currently running in Bama, and then also there are also some rehabilitation in some of the tertiary institutions, but presently we are working to ensure that the College of Business Administration Komiga goes back to their best.
All right, and then there is the same infrastructure development and facilities as crucial elements in learning improve students' outcomes. How is that receiving attention?
Okay, as I told you initially that the College of Education Bama has completely been destroyed. Just to inform you, the College of Education has already been rebuilt completely. The classes, the laboratories, workshop have also been completely rebuilt, and then also because of the desire of His Excellency of bringing peace to the state, he relocated the IDP in the College of Mohammed Goni College of Legal and Islamic Studies. So presently, all academic activities in the seven tertiary institutions in the state is up and doing. Also, to inform you that 3 years back he has kick-started the traditional learning in Borno State University. Borno State University now is the third year. The university is admitting students, and then greater percentage of those who cannot get admission to university being enrolled into the state university. And also, just to inform you, the state university for the 3 years now they have been doing up and doing well. So I think the tertiary institution in the state, all its 7 tertiary institutions are running.
Okay, with the present status, what innovations can we bring to bear in ensuring steady academic activities, growth and development of higher learning?
Well, actually, also to inform you that all the tertiary institutions are doing well. They have been also rebuilt. All the hostels, the classes in the tertiary institutions have been rebuilt. Also to inform you that because of the regular intervention of the TETFA, we have been intervention for College of Education, Polytechnic and the universities, and then also we are also working, as I took, His Excellency created the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, and then after that creation, he merged the Science, Technology and Innovation with higher education. So we are bringing in innovation into the tertiary institution. Yes, also we also observe there are mismatch between the curriculum and especially the labor market. So the ministry is working tirelessly to ensure that the graduates of this tertiary institution meet up with the labor market, and then we are also working including this ICT infrastructure based on the initiative of Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, which talks about skills development, talks about digital services, and then promotions.
Okay, thank you very much for coming on Panorama, Dr. Babagana Mustafa Mahim, the Borno State Commissioner for Higher Education, Science, Technology and Innovation.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you for your thoughts. Moving on, educational support through scholarship allowance has advanced the course of learning in the academia, especially students from poor backgrounds, victims of insurgency, the vulnerable and displaced. The state government has promoted academic pursuit in higher institutions by investing in students' education through full or partial scholarship, both at home and abroad. Mulan Hassan has the rest of the story.
Considering setbacks experienced in the state due to long years of insurgency and COVID-19, Borno State government reformed scholarship grant to undergraduate and students of tertiary institution. With me to discuss this life-saving intervention is the Executive Secretary, Borno State Scholarship Board, Isabella. Sir, how much effort has the government made in supporting indigenous students?
The coming of Professor Babagana Umar Azelam as the Executive Governor of Borno State, I think is a blessing to Borno State students. Actually, the government now presently have spent over 1,030 million naira in sponsoring about 15,454 students to study across the country and overseas. About 476,640,000 naira was allocated to sponsor about 15,354 local students within the country in various tertiary institutions across the country, and about 503 million was allocated in the sponsors of over 71 students to study overseas.
How is this just first in the state that suffered from insurgency?
Actually, for a state like Borno State, which is just recovering from the unfortunate incident of the Boko Haram insurgency, where schools were destroyed, students were deprived the right to go to school, and so on and so forth. So actually, this intervention comes at the right time, because currently when you go to find the statistics of Borno State students studying in institutions of higher learning across the state, at least the number have increased even more than the way it was before. So actually this intervention has come at the right time, and it has encouraged Borno State indigenes to seek admission and go for further study.
That is educational support running on the wheel of progress in the state. It's now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Muzanatu. Sports update is next with Peter Oyibo.
The Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria has hosted players and officials of the Under-17 girls national team, the Flamingos, in Abuja, wishing the girls best of luck during the World Cup in India. The team is expected to arrive in India next week as Germany, who will confront Nigeria in the opening group game on the 14th of October, are already talking tough, confident of presenting a strong position. In handball, all is now set for the 2022 National Division 1 Handball League to be hosted in Benin City, the Edo State capital, between October 9 to 16 this year. This is the second edition of the competition organized by the Handball Federation of Nigeria in partnership with the Edo State government.
To qualify for the community handball coming up in 2028. What the rest of them are being done is to see that yes, they can actually capture and bring the talent, the real talent in them.
The handball tournament is a promotional league for the 2023 Prudent Energy Handball Premiership in Nigeria. In another development, in a bid to catch them young and enhance the performance of Cross River State at national competitions and Nigeria during international meets, the state government has embarked on a talent hunt program in various sporting events across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. With sports updates, I am Peter Oyibo, NTA News.
We have come to the end of Panorama. Thank you for watching, and do remember to be a star. Join NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Good afternoon.
NTA, you can't be Deutsch.
are trying to be closer to God. You are trying to tell God that, yes, I am your child.
I was commanded to obey my mother and worship God and to establish prayers. They are a place that when you come with reverence.
You should tell the believing women that they should lower their gaze and guard their modesty.
Until when we meet next time, same station and same time, my name still remains Brother DM.
Is a mustard seed, then nurture it, water it, grow it into that tree in your rainforest.
And she already stands in front of it and must listen.
Social issue in our society.
There are some things you teach that is good for you at the same time. That's a bad side.
Yeah. What is it that you want to leave us with today?
Our reality with Sky, 10:30 a.m. every Monday, and it repeats at 12 midnight.
This is the network service of the NTA.
It's begun with a clarion call by the number one citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Like a wildfire, rice cultivation eats up every available space. Kura local government area of Kano State has created a niche for itself in that direction. Thanks to the flow of blessings from the tentacles of Hadija Jama'ari River Basin. Majority of farmers in the local government have heeded to that clarion call and have since prostrated their wastes.
It has been a remarkable achievement in terms of closing up the national demand gap we were producing around 380,000 metric tons of paddy rice in the 60s. It has now risen to close to 9 million metric tons. This is a very significant improvement, and as far as the national demand gap is, it has been closed kind of. Very soon, any additional improvement is going to be for export.
Among them, Malan Lawal, who is not only cultivating rice, but future rice farmers. He tills more than 50 acres of land, harvesting twice a year, enjoying federal government support.
To be sincere, we farmers are happy with the policies of the federal government. This came to our rescue with series of interventions because many of us who have nothing to buy farm inputs have been supported on loan. We have planted for the seasons, harvested and made huge gains. This do not happen before now. In the past, we harvest rice without buyers, and even when you get buyers, it will be purchased on credit without assurances of payment. But now, buyers go from farms to farms, buying rice paddy and making instant payments. And now the value has risen significantly, unlike before. So all we will say as farmers is that we are grateful to the federal government for coming up with those policies which strengthens the position of the farmers. We are also urging successive government to sustain the policies because doing this will keep rice farmers in the farms. This initiative has brought about jobs creation to the teeming youth because the rice value chain has multiple impacts.
And the rice fields blossom here, especially around Kura local government area in Kano State, because it is powered by the Hadiji Jama'ari River Basin development. I mean, in terms of supply of water during the dry season. This is planted during the dry season, as you can see precisely that it is about to be harvested.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, gave a directive which led to the closure of borders. That gave room for many of us to go back to the farm and become self-sufficient in food production. A farmer who used to plant on a hectare of land now plant on 2 hectares or even 3, and that has helped a lot of us farmers. We have made huge gains in rice farming. If you produce rice before now, you will end up losing. But as soon as the borders were closed, if you produce rice paddy, you make gains. That is the reason why so many people have now come back to farming. Many of our people who have gone to higher places of learning with degrees and masters have left it for the farms because the farms are more beneficial than civil service or other jobs. For us, the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari has brought about unprecedented development in the area of farming.
In the eye of the storm, swelling leaps and bounds.
New markets are springing up. So many buyers and sellers are coming together, exchange goods for monies, and at the tail end, people across the country itself come around, buy goods from here and take it to other parts of the country.
By the time of the peak of harvest of rice paddy, you'll be surprised by the number of people trooping into these markets. You'll see heavy trucks loading here. We experience the convergence of people from across the country, but we need more support from the government so that more job opportunities will be created.
Rice paddy begging for the scorching sun, so the trucks who send them to processing. Processing is no more rocket science. At a stone throw, smaller processing machines do the magic for families.
From the farms, households bring rice paddy here in one of the small-scale processing unit in Karpi, Kura local government area of Kano State here. And in a couple of minutes, you will be able to process rice and be ready, like this one, to be cooked and be put on your dinner or lunch table.
The big players in rice processing have their boilers positioned strategically in the center of commerce. The investment huge, and so their modus operandi. They say their success revolves around the policies of the federal government in food self-sufficiency.
We thank this President Muhammadu Buhari for introducing this policy of go to farm and feed yourself. And we that we cannot go and do farming, we invest in agricultural processing companies. You know, it is not easy, and nobody will believe it before this time, that the way we are eating rice in Nigeria, Nigeria can feed itself within this shortest period of time of less than 4 years or less than 10 years. Or fear, we have already invested and the people are already coming more to invest. If there is no continuity on this policy, we are not praying for that, but the thing will be very bad. Look at the billions of dollars. From in Kano alone, we have almost 20 rice mills now. In Kano alone, from 5 years to now, more than, and all this one are mega rice mills. No one that is processing less than 100 tons per day. It's from 500 tons to 100 tons per day. More than 20 companies now. Just take an example. If each one is only 200 people that are working directly, not indirectly, indirect workers, and out of these 200 people, every person is taking responsibility of 5 people per month. And how many tons of rice is going out from these 5 companies? From the people that will come and buy, go to display in their shops, the drivers that will come and load, the laborers that will load the rice, go and offload it outside. When you come and buy 1 bag, somebody will put it on top of your machine or in your akorukura. This is a chain that no single person will like to break this chain.
More than 20 world-class rice milling companies are doing their bits in Kano alone. More springing up. Now that Nigeria has found a place of pride in the global rice production chain.
Without that intervention, and with the economic crisis that is happening in the world today, I can tell you that only God knows what will happen to Nigerians. Because with our size, over 200 million people, how do you feed them? Where do you get the food? Even if you say you are going to open your borders now to bring in this rice, At what cost is it coming to Nigeria? And who has the purchasing power to pay for that? So I can say the most successful thing is even creating the platform, saying that, okay, what's common was, let us feed ourselves. And we can see that happening. When we first start, I can tell you the metrics. As at last year around this time, we are having the belief that, okay, we can only get paddy during the rainy season. Okay, we all know that 2 seasons of farming of rice happen in Nigeria, but not at that scale of it being economical. People just do the dry season for the sake of doing it, because without institutions like this, the farmers, even if you do rainy season, you do dry season, where do you take the paddy